Okay, this video will be a little long, but it is necessary so that I can get my opinion and point across. Hello and welcome to another video by DJ Films. In this video, we're going to do a comparison between Vegas and Premiere. Okay, now you notice I kind of hesitate when I said Vegas because I have a bad habit of saying Sony Vegas. So if I keep saying Sony Vegas, please forgive me. I've been using Sony Vegas since version 8, so about 10 years. So if I do say Sony Vegas instead of Vegas, that's the reason why. It's a hard habit to break. And I've been using Premiere for 3 years. Okay, I became a super pro when it comes to Vegas. I mean, I know Vegas in and out and all that. There's not much you could really tell me about Vegas that I don't already know. Okay, I use Premiere for about 3 years. I know a lot about Premiere. I've learned a lot about it. I've learned how to work it. Honestly, if you become a pro at Vegas, it's not too hard to pretty much convert over to basically to go to Premiere and learn Premiere. It's a little bit different. It operates differently, but once you learn it, it's not so bad. I found it easy. Other people might find it hard. So I guess, you know, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, let me go ahead and talk to you about the comparisons. Now, I'm not going to get really technical like a lot of people does when they do these videos. I'm going to pretty much tell you what I liked about it and what I don't like about it. So I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go ahead and talk about which one do I prefer. I'm going to have to say Vegas. I'm going to have to prefer them. Why? It's because it is so much more easier to use. And not only that, I'm more comfortable with it. I would say that with both of these programs, everything I can do in Sony Vegas, I can also do in Premiere, and vice versa. Anything that you can do in Premiere, I can also do in Sony Vegas. Now, there are some things in each one of these programs that does a little bit better than the other, okay? Like, for instance, Vegas, with Vegas, you can do multicam editing on there. And you could do it on Premiere as well, but it's kind of clunky and it doesn't really work that well. I've tried to use multicam in Premiere, and I had a really frustrating time. Premiere doesn't do multicam that well. It does it, but not that well. Vegas is far superior when it comes to the multicam function. Now, the one thing that you need to know, if you're going to do multicam editing with Vegas, you need to have a pretty high-end computer. And your computer needs to be able to handle editing in that style. Otherwise, you know, you better off not doing the multicam edits. Okay? Now, as far as, you know, which one's better, it just depends on what kind of project you're doing. Okay, if you are doing a music video, that's what I mostly do, is music videos. Occasionally I do other things, but for the most part I do music videos, or I do tech tutorials, or some other kind of tutorials or videos like this. Okay, so for the most part, most of the time I always stick with Vegas. Now, if you want to do more complex stuff and you want to use, let's say, stuff in After Effects, then you might want to use Premiere, and you need to know how to do things in Premiere as well in order to use After Effects. You can use After Effects with Vegas, but you're better off using Premiere to use After Effects, because in After Effects there's things that Sony Vegas can't do, or doesn't do as well, because Sony Vegas is mostly a video editor and not a compositor. So I don't really count After Effects as a video editor, and After Effects is not a video editor. It's a compositor, and it's used for special effects and stuff like that. Premiere, it has a lot more options for you whenever you want to work with color on here, because the color manipulation is so much more better here, and you can adjust color. You got more control over the color. That is one thing that is positive about Premiere. At the very top up here, you have some layouts that you can pretty much pick and choose from. They have several of them here. They have color and they have effects, and they also have audio and a few other ones as well. Basically, it's pretty much the setup to make it easier process whenever you're editing. Let's say if you want to focus more on the color aspects of editing, then it has a certain layout for that. And as you're editing, you can switch from different layouts to pretty much make your editing easier, in other words. Now, I know what some of you guys are saying, that Vegas has layouts too as well. You're correct. Yes, they do have layouts, but it's not as convenient as Premiere. Premiere has it nice and conveniently right here on top. You just click on which layout you want. With Vegas, you have to go to View, and then you got to go to Layout, and then pick which one you want. They have a few default layouts as well, which is I think is kind of nice. You got the default layout for Sony Vegas, or I'm sorry, for Vegas 15, and you also got the default layout for 14 if you want it. Which 14 I like the best because it has the trimmer here. I know some of you guys might not even use the trimmer, and some of you guys do use the trimmer, and some people kind of complains about the trimmer, but after you learn how to use it comfortably, it's not so bad. The other default layouts is you got one for audio mixing. A little bit of tidbit here. Sony Vegas was originally a audio editor before it actually started editing videos. So it started out with editing audio. And I believe it was version 8 that began on editing videos. Let's see what else we got here. We got another layout for color correction. Now, I did say earlier that Premiere is better with color. Basically, you have a little bit more better control of your coloring. But Vegas is no slouch when it comes to coloring either. You have plenty of options with Vegas as well, and you would get your videos looking really good if you know how to color correct. Well, pretty much color adjust your videos and stuff. Because let's say you got color balance, you got color corrector, curves, and all of that. Let's say you put color corrector and you want to correct the color in a footage. So let's go here, and you have these right here. You can do custom colors. They also have a few presets that you can do, like right here. You can do your red and midtones, blue, okay, and you can also save your own presets, which is what I did right here. Now right here you have color wheel that you can work with. You can work with your saturation adjust. So anyways, like I said, Vegas is no slouch when it comes to color. I'm sorry I don't have a better example up there for doing this, but I'm not doing a color grading tutorial. So like I said, Premiere is better when it comes to color grading, but Vegas is no slouch as well. Now, I am going to say something about Vegas that I heard I seen somebody did a video comparing those programs, and in one of the videos they was talking about motion tracking. For some reason they want to talk about motion tracking when it comes to using the vent, pan, and crop to motion track. And he's like, oh, it was god awful. I couldn't stand it. I tried my best to get it to work right. And he was trying to put glasses or something like that. Some glasses on somebody's face or something like that, and try to motion track with just the pan and crop tool. You don't use pan and crop to motion track, okay? There is a motion tracking tool that you can use here, which is this one right here, motion tracking. By the way, on version 15 you can go right here and have it here, but I went ahead and put them all over here because I like for them all to be visible where I can see them. But this right here is what you use to motion track. See that? You move this so much more easier. You could do keyframing as well. Alright, so we got a video here, okay, and I want to motion track it somewhere else, okay, and we want to motion track it to go over that way, okay. Alright, so you see that? That's how you motion track. You see that? I have done a video on motion tracking. This is Lord AR Target Practice is the name of this video. And in this video, well, as you can see right there, I motion tracked the liquor bottle there. And here in a second, you're going to see the shades. See there? I was able to motion track those shades on there. So the lesson here is, if you're going to make videos criticizing a program like Sony Vegas, take your time, learn the program, because otherwise you're going to make a video criticizing it and then you're going to look stupid. So a little bit of tidbit here, when I made this video is back when I was first learning how to make music videos. Also, if you want to watch any of these music videos that I have on this video, basically, you can go to my music video channel. I'll try to remember to leave it a link in the description, or you can go to my channel and it should be a link right there on my channel to my music video channel. Another thing that Vegas used to do better than Premiere before Vegas 15, Premiere used to be really good when it comes to video rendering. I mean, they would render a video really fast. But that's no longer the case in version 15, and I even did a comparison video, and I'll try to remember to leave that link down in the description. But in that comparison video, and I'm going to go ahead and spoil it, Vegas 15 actually blew Premiere out of the water when it came to the rendering time. Now let's go ahead and talk about another advantage that Premiere used to have over Vegas, and that was with LUTs. And what is LUTs? LUTs are lookup tables. You can create them in like Photoshop and stuff like that, and then you can use those LUTs in your favorite video editors, such as, you know, Vegas, HitFilm, or DaVinci. At least I think those other two allow LUTs as well. But anyhow, you can use those LUTs in those, and for a long time Vegas didn't allow you to use it until I think someone came along with a plugin that you can install on 14, and you was able to use LUTs. One thing about LUTs I really like about LUTs is, you know, the color presets just makes things a lot more easier when you want to deal with color. Now, in order to get your LUTs, what you need to do is go to your video effects. Once you go to video effects, you gotta find your LUT filter, which is like right here. Once you find your LUT filter, you can like either add a default or anything like that. As you can see, I'm going through several LUTs I have, and when you find, let's say, a LUT that you like, let's just say that for instance, and it's too much, you just kind of turn it down a little bit. You can also add another effect to it to pretty much help out with the color. Like say, I always like to add color curves no matter what. You know, normally I like to set it behind the LUT. You know, this is pretty much to help that LUT out a little bit. Let's say if I don't like this LUT and I want it on a different LUT, I can change it. So anyways, that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about for the most part, is to pretty much tell you that, hey, I like both of the programs, but I use Vegas more because it's so much more easier to use, and for the most part, everything I can do in Vegas, or everything that I can do in Premiere, I can do it in Vegas. Why not use the program that does it the easiest? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which editor you use. It depends on what is your preference. What do you find easiest when it comes to video editing? For me, I like Sony Vegas. It fits me. Everything about it, I like the ease of use and everything. For other people, it might be Premiere, or it might be HitFilm, or it might be DaVinci. At the end of the day, they all pretty much accomplish the same thing, and that's to give you a fantastic video. Well, that's it for this video. Let me know down in the comments section whether you agree with me or whether you disagree with me. Anyways, until next time, live long and prosper, and peace out.